weight, quit smoking, get out of debt. Those are always among the top New Year's resolutions for people every year. The trick is, how do you maintain those goals? Karen Lee with Carolina Life Coaching joins me now with more. Karen, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. First, just tell us, do you get an influx of calls around this time of year from people?
Yeah, it's always a really busy time, certainly not before Christmas, but right after the Christmas holiday, and people thinking about what they're going to take on for the new year and what's important for them to change as the new year comes.
So, for example, if people are trying to lose weight, that's always a big one. How should they try to tackle that resolution?
Well, I think it's really important that they look at it as a long-term goal instead of a short-term goal. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and planning for that, getting ready for the setbacks, and I think also putting it in a positive context. So maybe, you know, a lot of times we think about diet and we think about food deprivation. You know, I can only eat 800 calories per day. Instead, think about, I'm going to be healthier this year, I'm going to get more active this year, and think of the positives, and also visualize what you want to look like when you're going through this diet.
Do you think it's wise to make the goals specific, like I'm going to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds by this date, or is that kind of dangerous sometimes?
No, that's absolutely the way to go. And I talk about what's called the SMART framework, which is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and also time-bound, so that if you're going to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds, you actually set up milestones along the way so that you can have small successes building to one large success.
Okay, yeah, and keep that positive attitude going.
Absolutely.
So how do you maintain this, and where does the support come from for it?
Well, it's important to have, you know, I think share it with your friends and your family so they know that you're doing this and they can be supportive. Also there's a lot of online tools now that can help with how many calories you're taking in, and also just feedback. There's lots of different ways to do that. And I also think that, again, having the small increments helps you to feel like you're succeeding along the way instead of having just a long-range goal where it takes a long time to reach it.
You've just touched on it a little bit, but why do you think people do tend to fail at their resolutions sometimes?
I think the most important thing is a lot of people tend to think it's willpower. It's not about willpower. It's about the planning. It's about how you're going to go through the process, and it's about also overwhelming yourself. I think it's important to have one resolution, and then once you achieve that resolution, move on to another one. But don't overwhelm yourself.
So set one for the new year instead of like 3, 4, and 5.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you have 3, 4, or 5, start with the most important one, and when you've achieved that, then take on the second one. There's no reason not to have 4 or 5 for the year of 2011, but just start with one.
All right, well, great advice, Karen Lee with Carolina Life Coaching. Thanks for that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.